Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And Cardano is finally going up. Let me actually go on the 1 hour chart for this because there's a lot to know. If you are already a member, you already know what's going on. But if you are not, let me explain this structure. So yesterday we got to the third wave targets, which were the 1618 resistance level of the first wave, and that completed the third wave. Now, I'm not sure if this was the third wave if the third wave is overextending right now. But either way, in the fourth wave move down, we got to the 0.382 support level, and this drop happened exactly after touching the 618, or the 1618, I'm sorry. So this could be the fourth wave move, and right now we could be working on the fifth wave move. So, you know, if we drop more right now, then I'm going to reconsider the wave count, and I'm going to say that maybe this was the top of the third wave, and maybe right now we are going in the fourth wave move. But either way, we are still looking pretty good right now, because I'm still expecting a fifth wave, and my target for the fifth wave is at 65 cents. That's the 1618 of the much bigger first wave over here, and that should complete the third wave. Obviously, it could overextend maybe to the 1786 or the 200% extension, but it should find some kind of top, let's say between 65.1 cents and 69 cents. And we're probably getting rejected by the bull market support band either way, so be prepared for that. Also, we need to get above this red line on the chart, and this is currently at 65.8 cents. To confirm that something more bullish is going on. And other than that, the market is finally looking good. Bitcoin dominance is finally dropping. As you can see on the 1 hour, for example, we are already dropping, which, I mean, is not a lot, but it is a start. This is how the altcoin season usually starts, so we could be onto something good. But like I said yesterday, we are still waiting for a drop below the bull market support band and then a drop below the 200-day moving average. But to 100% confirm that we are in an altcoin season, we still need to get to this support level, which is the 0.236 support level of the entire move to the upside. And, well, this is not really surprising if we do start the altcoin season now, which I'm not saying we will, because we said this many times in the past, and every single drop on the Bitcoin dominance chart in this cycle has been a fake out, so maybe this is no exception, maybe this is the exact same thing all over again. So I'm not gonna say the altcoin season has started until we get to at least this level, which is at 57.8%. Now, if we are, on the topic of Bitcoin dominance, let me actually go to the weekly chart. As you can see here, we dropped below the moving average on the RSI. This is a very good sign. The last time something like this happened was over here, but here we did not have a cross from the bull market support band, and we actually bounced off the bull market support band. So what we need to do right now is get to the bull market support band and not do what we did over here. Instead, we need to do what we did over here last year in November. We need to get to it, and we need to get below it, and we need to stay below it, and if that happens, that could lead to a pretty significant move to the downside. Now let's continue with ADA, because I have some things to say about this, and well, we are still waiting for a 5-wave move to the upside. Also, please consider the fact that we got to the overbought territory on the 4 hour, so if we are getting a drop right now, it's okay. But, I mean, I am expecting another high, and I really want to see the price get to 65 cents first before getting a much bigger correction. And don't expect the next correction to take too long. That's going to be the fourth wave right here. So let's say the third wave tops at about 65 cents or so. The fourth wave support level is going to be between, let's see, 61.6 cents and 60.6 cents. So don't expect the correction to take too long. And obviously I'm going to have a support zone for the members, but only after we complete the fifth wave right here. Now let's go on the weekly chart as well, and not on the Bitcoin chart. Let's see the Cardano chart. Here we are at the moving average on the RSI, so it's gonna be very important to get above this. This is how a pump on the Cardano chart usually starts. We first get above the moving average, just like we did over here in November, and just like we did in the year before that as well. we got above it, we tested it, and then we bounced off of it, and that gave us a pump. This is what we're waiting for again. We tried doing it like 2 times already, and we failed each time, so right now we need to pretty much try the exact same thing, and hopefully this time it's gonna be good. So yeah, that's it about the weekly. Now let's go on the monthly chart. Here it's the exact same story, so it makes sense for there to be resistance right now because we are pretty much at the moving average here, and as you know from the past, this is how a Cardano pump usually starts. We first get above the moving averages and then we start pumping, and we seem to be trying the exact same thing right now, so we'll see if we get above that or not. Now let's go to the Ethereum chart for a second, because the market is pretty much pumping because of Ethereum right now, because Ethereum is still trying to overextend in this bigger first wave move to the upside. It got to the 100% extension that I had on the chart, and it did find some kind of resistance there, but we're probably going higher, and I will make sure to adjust the support level for the second wave if we do go higher. Also, what I said a couple of days ago will most likely play out, so we are most likely getting an ABC down in the second wave move, and I think we will drop exactly to the 200-day moving average, and this time we could actually use it as support, unlike we did, for example, all of these times over here where we pretty much got rejected by it. So after using it as resistance like 10 times, we are finally going to use it as support, and hopefully we stay above it. If we do not, there are other support levels on the chart. We even have the bull market support band as well, but breaking below the bull market support band would be bearish, so please keep that in mind. And looking at the bigger picture, the chart, I mean, we are still waiting for a third wave of the third wave here, so it's not surprising that the pump that we're getting right now is pretty impulsive, but this is nothing compared to what I'm expecting, because I'm still expecting Ethereum to get to $6,400 in this much bigger fifth wave to the upside. So yeah, I mean, I'm expecting it to go up a bit more than that, so we'll see what happens with that. Also, like I said, we are still waiting for the fifth wave on the Cardano chart, and until we get this, there's not much else to know. I could talk about Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin also got to the 0618 resistance level that I gave you for the fifth wave, and we are getting a reaction to that resistance level, so if we drop right now, we have a support zone for it as well. And well, this is gonna form a 1-2 setup, so this is gonna be the second wave down, and the support for that is between $106,000 and $140,000. We'll see if we drop that low or not. Keep in mind, this is Bitcoin we are talking about. Bitcoin does not usually do very well with Elliott wave count on the short term, and it's pretty difficult to actually count this move right here. I'm not really sure what Bitcoin is trying to do with this whole thing. I mean, I can barely count any waves here, so I told you in every single video I'm expecting Bitcoin to be at $200,000 by the end of the year, maybe even $250,000, and my predictions for Cardano are the exact same. I'm expecting Cardano to get to about $5 to $8 by the end of the year, or in the worst case scenario by the end of January of next year. So I think the altcoin season is close to happening, but that will only happen when Bitcoin dominance finally stays below the bull market support band and the 200-day moving average. So we'll see if we get anything. Like I said, do not get your hopes too high, because whenever we get our hopes too high, that's when the market fools us. So make sure to not be a fool right now, and let's see what happens on the daily and on the 4-hour first. Let's see if we can form a 1-2 setup, and then we can talk about the altcoin season. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates, blah blah blah. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.